the finished part, at least it shows the template. Again, this is an isometric ellipse right here based off of the center line, and then just projected off of the edge, same size, and carries it across to the final piece with the tangent lines. So let me try to redo that again. And again, this is the isometric based off of a 30-degree line with the center lines to try to help out. Some of the others have the same idea, but they've put little tiny, you can barely see them, there's holes in there, and the idea was to put your pen or pencil right through there to mark it so you could use it as a marking distance for the vertical and horizontal axis. But again, just using the edge of the template if you don't have the straight edge handy to give yourself the center line, and then putting this up initially so that you can create or just make a mark for both the vertical and horizontal as well as the hash marks, creating the elliptical shape. And then bumping this up just a little bit, keep it on the vertical axis, and starting with just the edge, not through the whole piece, but it's sometimes a good idea just to put the hash marks in there. And then the tangent is the sharing of the two end points of the largest major axis of this, and that gives you that initial setup. And again, just to show this selection with almost looking like it has pieces threaded or something of that nature, just taking a smaller segment on this ellipse, and if I go ahead I can give myself the cross piece just to help me line it up, and go with the vertical and the horizontal piece. So they're on the same plane, so at least they match themselves, and that sets it for this piece. And if I just move it up a little bit, if it was equal distances or flush to one side to the other, it builds that section up very easily on that piece. So you can kind of get an idea of how that's placed in there, put together. And the other idea of showing, I'll do it again here for you, of just the rectangular shape, trying to create a elliptical shape within it, just crossing the diagonal, finding the center, and projecting to find the center of these two sides with this point, this direction. So if you can do it with 4, trying to find the curvature in there. The other option again is from the corner to the centers, dividing it to thirds, taking the outer one, and hopefully this gets pretty close. Depends on how steady your hand is. And again, connecting. Whoops, missed that one right there. Connecting the dots. So that builds up that elliptical shape without the template. So that's with the use of that actual section there. So just a method of trying to use the template and how you can actually use it within a drawing. Again, as you have this section, this is the largest template, so as you're shading it, sometimes people have gone ahead and just tried to shade within it if it was necessary, and that kind of gave the template side on one side to give you the edge, or just be careful as you're going through that section. But again, this one's at 30 degrees, and as you see, as these were stored in stacks, they would be in a box with a tab that you could see up at the top, these templates. A lot different than as you're illustrating on the computer, but the combination of the two bringing that together. Okay. So just a little bit of the template section for you to take a look at.